Hello and welcome to the Aniview Interviews. I'm Lyzl, and today I'm here with Rob from Anime Executive, also known as Miniman12544. So, Rob,
Yeah.
can you introduce yourself a bit?
Yeah, we're just a kind of really low grade reviewing company, but I'm basically just from this group of this little group I started up, and we review, watch anime, and we do all sorts of really stupid and creative stuff. We challenge ourselves to do stupid things, and then usually do them
Yeah,
in terms of.
yeah, because besides the Desta Brigade, which I contact somewhat often, you're pretty much the only other reviewer that I have contact with on a regular basis. And yeah, you're the one who prompted me to do the 25 reviews in 3 minutes from your, I think it was 20 reviews in 2 minutes,
It
was it?
was 20 views in 2 minutes,
Yeah.
and then I decided, even though that he spread it out more, I decided I didn't want to be beaten, so I attempted to do 50 in 3 minutes, and that went all crazy. It was pretty funny.
I quite liked your 50 game reviews in thing. Maybe because I was just happy to hear about a lot of my favorite games in there, so I was like, yeah. But
Um,
yeah, let's get on to the first question. Can you tell me your favorite series or the one that best defines your interest in anime?
uh, Karaoke Okai Gone of Sinners is favourite, but the one that best defines my interest would probably be Elfen Lied. I know you're not such a big fan, but Elfen Lied for me was that really dark, gritty, had that really like brilliant thing to it. And what I always express the most is I absolutely love character psychology. I just think that's always perfect. And the reason Karen Kyokai came out as my favourite was simply because the characters were all there. It was just, you had Ryogi Shiki, this whole kind of brilliant idea of killing and the way it melded genres together. And I absolutely love anime like that, really. That really defines my taste. Kind of dark, gritty, but very character orientated.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. It's weird though because I love character psychology anime too, and I can't say that Elfen Lied is one of my favorite animes, as you said. But the thing with that one for me, I'm just gonna quickly get into this, is that it just I don't know, it just felt like all it was doing was being like a gore fest with random characters trying to pull at your heartstrings. I didn't get into their psychology. I was like, they just like, when a character just says new a lot, I don't really see what makes them an awesome character.
Oh, I actually read about that, and there was this really interesting theory about why she said new, and I think it's absolutely geniusly thought out, which is that she has the horns, and you know how the kids kept calling her inhuman, they kept calling her a cow.
Yeah.
Um, a cow's moo in Japanese is niu gyu, and people think this is actually like being transferred over. And I just thought, wow, when I actually think about it, that's kind of genius.
Yeah, but I don't know for no Karen no Kyokai though, definitely interesting. The only thing with Karen no Kyokai was that it it is really um it has like a lot of different elements to it. Like every episode I had no idea what I was getting into because there's some episodes that just it was so hard to figure out where in the timeline where it was supposed to be. And that's
I I found that with that one, I'm doing a review for that at the moment, and it was a case of I just had to say, look, the way I look at this is that I find that if you that is one of the animes I've ever had to like say if you're going to watch it, watch it multiple times because you always have to look in the background for that little thing that will say, oh, okay, it's after this event, like the event with Asagami Fujino. If you look on the first episode carefully, you'll see that the bridge is still broken somewhere in the background. And
oh
I've seen
wow,
episode
that is pretty cool.
actually kept continuity here. It's genius. Like the continuity does stay. I really like that. Although episode 6 for me was a waste of time. I did not
I
get that.
Yeah, I really did not like episode 6. That's what I was gonna mention too.
So
There was
episode 5 terrified me though. That is psychological horror to the max.
I'm not sure which one it is, but it might be episode 5. It's the episode where it's the sort of heavy climax episode where the puppet master witch does her final battle with the other
Is
guy.
the one where it's about a building
Yes.
which time repeats itself every day, so
Yeah.
everyone and each other kills each other?
Yeah, that one.
That is so freaky. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa.
I really really like that one. And yeah,
It's
and I definitely agree that the characters in that definitely had deep psychological problems with them.
but the problem with Karaoke Okai is a lot of people, incessantly me actually, because I first caught a look of it watching an advert which is in the middle of an episode of Bake Monogatari,
Okay.
and I was like, wow, what is this? And for me, I thought I was watching into an action anime, and then episode one goes on, I'm like, wow, this is quite deep, and then episode two comes along, I'm like, there's not much action there, but I'm like, wow, I'm really feeling it,
Hmm.
like with the characters, and then episode four comes along, and that is like so emotionally charged, and that has the best opening to an episode of anything I've ever seen. It like the whole hospital, the music, it was all there, and I just think that's what defined Karen no Kyokai's series. It like kind of knew its high points. Just if we're gonna not extend that out per se, but we're gonna make sure we have references to those and make sure we stay at that high point throughout an
Hmm.
episode.
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty good series. From a reviewer standpoint, what do you think? Why do you pick anime to review over other stuff? I mean, and I know you have friends in your anime executive that review other stuff. Why did you choose to do anime?
Um, for me, anime is well, I mean, it is what it is. It's like it's moving pictures, but compared to film and like manga and all that,
Hmm.
while manga does have the incessant ability to maybe go a bit further, a bit deeper, simply because it's in comic strip form.
Yeah.
Yeah. What anime gave was it gave the ability to actually use all of that imagination and actually give it that sense of bringing it to life without making it too real. I think it was on a review of Grave of the Firefly, the Ghibli film, with Roger Ebert talking about it, and he said the problem, what makes Grave of the Firefly so good compared to if it was a live action film, is that on Grave of the Fireflies you see a girl slowly starve to death. Now, if you saw that in real life in a film, even though you knew it was a child actor, there'd be that kind of look of this can't be happening. But with anime, because it's brought you into a world which isn't necessarily fully believable, but allows you that immersion into it because of that, it has that emotional impact so much more. And I think that's what I like choose to love anime more for.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I mean, yeah, it would look weird on film to do that kind of stuff, but in anime you can do stuff that is you're not able to do in other mediums. Um, so yeah, did you've done a few reviews and stuff like that. Is there any particular series that holds special meaning to you that you'd really either like to review or when you did review it, you felt was like really important to you?
This is
It's a weird question, I know, but
I probably have to say there are two actually. There's one which I haven't posted up yet, and there's one which I have. The one which I have was a review for a film called The Girl Who Leapt Through Time,
yep.
and it was, and I love the heck of that film, but it was a case of there was such this brilliant kind of deep feeling to it, and there was all these stories, but because of the history behind the directors and stuff, I love the idea I could use my knowledge in that, and I could actually, like, I made lots of jokes about, this guy could have been the next Miyazaki because he had like this thing in this film. Could he have that? And I think that's like the first time because that was the beginning of my second like proper series of reviewing. And I was just like, I just thought, can I pull out on all the stops of actually analysing it? And that held special meaning to me for being the first one I actually really am proud of reviewing. Um, and the other one for me was a review which I don't think I'm ever going to put out, which was for Code Geass, the Leash of the
Yeah.
Rebellion, and it was the fact that at the very beginning of the anime, the very beginning of the review, I say what you're about to hear is the most impartial, no, is the most partial review in history, simply because for reasons I do not know, I hate the hell out of this anime, and I ripped it, and I completely destroyed it, and I was just like, actually, I'm going to upset quite a few people how much I've done this because I love Death Note, and something about Code Geass made me absolutely hate it, and I do not know why. And it was that I can't figure this out, which just made me go, I just can't review this because what I'm reviewing is something I despise for reasons I can't even talk about, like because I just don't know myself. So
Yeah, That is pretty surprising if you like Death Note. I mean, Code Geass, I mean, it's not as good as Death Note, but it's pretty similar in a lot of ways.
Well, because another thing for me is because as well as liking all this dark stuff, I am actually a massive fan for some reason of shoujo. Don't know why. I love shoujo,
That's
but
fine.
Lucky Star, KO, and all that sort of wonderful fun stuff. Hidamari sketch,
Well,
and
I do have something to say. K-On! And Lucky Star, I wouldn't say they're shoujo in the sense that shoujo is made for little girls, whereas K-On! And Lucky Star were definitely made for otaku. Like they,
yeah,
so I'm not sure. Like shoujo would be something like I don't know if you know Yumerio Patissiere is coming out right now. Like that's very shoujo.